Hey everyone, Damien Davidovich here from the TDM Network once more, bringing you a 3 vs 3 map on the map Alps. So yeah, as you can see we've got the bottom right team composed of Tau, Orcs, Space Marines, and just switch over to this team. And we've got the top left team composed of the Space Marines, Imperial Guard, and more Imperial Guard, so it'll be Imperial Guard madness. So we'll just have a look at opening builds, pretty standard stuff so far. By the Space Marine player at the leftmost edge, same thing for the Imperial Guard, and more the same thing for this Imperial Guard. As for the Tau, we've got jetpacks going down, got an early Tau commander coming out. From what I can see though, they haven't created a Vespered Stingwind squad yet, but yeah, they might create one after having jetpacks researched, so we'll just have to wait. So, as for the Orcs, they'll be going for a bit more of a shooter build with their shooter boy squad coming out. Only a single... oh no, it's two. Oh, okay, yeah, single squad of sluggers and a single squad of shooters, so that should be interesting. Maybe they might be looking to go for more of an economic build, or I don't know, build more war banners to advance them, themselves to tier 2 perhaps. I'll have to see what happens. And as for the bottom Space Marine player, got an early Force Commander coming out, no Space Marines just yet. And as for leftmost Space Marine Commander, we got Force Commander coming out too, so there we go. Orcs doing a pretty early push on the top critical point, and as you can see, yeah, we do have those victory conditions enabled, so if players hold enough critical locations or regular strategic points, then they'll win the game after a certain amount of time, so we'll have to see what happens. And interesting enough, the Orcs have decided to send in a shooter squad without backup by the bigger mech though, but we do see the Tau commander providing a bit of backup though, although the command squad is coming in to do a bit of disruption. This Orc play isn't too bad really. They were able to, as you can see, they retreated a bit and then started shooting on the command squad as soon as they stopped giving chase to them. And as for the top left team, we've got a Space Marine player capping the left or bottom left critical location. And what do you know, Orcs? Yep, Orcs have captured the top right critical location, so relatively even when it comes to points captured. And as for army versus army advantage, it's kind of hard to tell at the moment. It looks like top left team might have the advantage for now, but we'll have to see what happens there. As long as Slugger's coming in there to do a bit of damage. And there we go, nice little command duel happening, although it looks like it's been forcibly broken up by that command squad killing off the Force Commander, as you can see. As for the Orcs, looks like they've decided to put their big mech on range stance, which is not such a bad idea given that he's pretty low on health actually. They just made him part of the shooter squad there. Yeah, I just don't seem to see anything more happening for that Orc player. For the Tau Commander we don't have any more units coming out, although we do have a fully reinforced Fire Warrior squad coming out for them. As for this bottom Space Marine player, they're going for an early tier 2 advancement, and as for this left Space Marine player, yep, they're going for tier 2 as well. Imperial Guard not going for an early tier 2, just seeing, yeah, not much happening there, so no Tactica either, so that's what's happening at the moment there.
The Cadra will crush them.
So yeah, top left team looks pretty strong with all those guardsmen, but it could turn on a dime though, you never know, And yeah, these Fire Warrior squads, as you can see, are getting chased around there though, although Tau Commander was able to inflict a bit of damage though, we got another command squad coming in, deciding to retreat there. Although if both were sent in at the same time, one could be used to disrupt this squad and one could be used to disrupt this commander, but then we got the shooter squad and their big mech to worry about, although Space Marines could have sent in their own Force Commander with Space Marines to do a bit of range damage as well while they're being disrupted, but they decided not to do that. So, got a heavy bolter turret being made for the Imperial Guard, and the Orcs, why is they teleporting back? I think, yep, the big mech's almost dead actually, so yeah, it looks like the Imperial Guard player was able to get the was it the soul attack, something like that. it was called, Soul Wrench, Soul Twist. It was something to do with getting the soul out of the body, I think. Very aggressive stuff for the Orc player, to say the least. And yeah, it looks like the Imperial Guard are capturing the top right critical, though the bottom left critical has been decaptured though, so maybe Space Marines could... Yep, looks like they're sending a Scout Marine squad to capture that point as well, so top left team holds out long enough, they might just be able to win the game without having to assault the other players' bases, so we'll just have to see what happens. And yep, you heard right, Chaplain and Grey Knights have come out, so we'll see some elite units being used by the Space Marines as well on the left side. As for the bottom Space Marine player, it looks like we've got a pretty identical build being used. So Grey Knights coupled with the Chaplain, although theirs will come out a bit later. So leftmost Space Marine player does have a bit of an advantage at the moment. And what do you know, top... Well, one of the Imperial Guard players, it's kind of hard to tell these glasses. Actually, no, they are a bit differently coloured, actually. Just have a look. It's a bit hard to tell these glasses, though, but you do. In any case, yeah, Imperial Guard are actually pushing into the tower base a bit, and Space Marines are pushing into the Orc space a bit as well. So strange enough, they didn't reinforce their squad fully before before going to attack, which is not such a good move. I mean, the Grey Knights, they do have quite a bit of health, but the problem is they're pretty few in number, so you really need as many of them as possible so that they can spread the damage around, and also so that the Chaplain's healing aura is that much more powerful. So as you can see, all of the Grey Knights are actually killed, so now we just have the Chaplain left over. Yeah, unfortunately, we had the top left team being pushed back a bit though. Although now it rests on the bottom right team to wrest control of these critical locations though. So it looks like we might just be seeing the the bottom left being decapped there. But apparently, Orc player decided to teleport his squad of shooters and the big shooters as well to do a bit of damage. So it looks like they'll be going for Nob Leader, which is not such a unusual sight, but it is a bit unusual when you see him on a shooter squad with big shooters equipped as well, because unfortunately his I don't know, knob gun or whatever you want to call it, I think I can't remember what it's called, slugger, pistol, actually I don't know what it is, slugger, oh, well, whatever it is, it's completely outranged by these big shooters, but yeah, it looks like this Orc player is deciding to go for short-ranged support, as you can see. And yeah, it doesn't seem to be working too badly at the moment. Bottom right team is making some headway into the Space Marine player's base. So as you can see, a strategic point has been disabled. And I'm just trying to see. Okay, yeah, so top left Space Marine player does have a Grey Knight squad and Chaplain out. And that looks like they weren't able to do much damage with their Psychic Inquisition. They're single dead Orc flying there, as you can see. And yeah, we got Imperial Guards coming in to help a bit as well, so not doing too badly. It was a pretty good pincer movement actually by the Imperial Guard player and by the Space Marine player. Actually, it caused quite a few troops out while they were retreating. And yeah, if the bottom right Space Marine player, or the bottom Space Marine player is not careful, he was going to lose that squad along with the Chaplain, and yeah, as you can see, that's what actually happened right there. So very, very expensive squad to lose actually. Very unfortunate how it happened to them, but what can you do? And yeah, as you can see, this Space Marine player has decided to deck out their commander units with force weapons. So as you can see, yeah, Force Command has a nice little Demon Hammer there. So yeah, it's interesting. The Demon Hammer was actually the it was given to, what was his name? Oh, that's right, that Gabriel Angelus guy in the first Dawn of War game, and somehow all the subsequent Force Commanders have been, I don't know, apparently passing around the Demon Hammer between them, as you can see, because currently the Force Commander, I think it's called Davian Fuel, I don't know, some rather unremarkable Force Commander now has the Demon Hammer. And why not? It's not like as if Angelus needs the hammer for anything. He actually unleashed a demon at the end of the first Dawn of War game. And, I apologise if I spoiled the story for you there, but well, what the hell, the game's been out for so long. Don't really see the harm in doing that. And that's what we have happening in the middle. Orcs tried to send a Nob squad out. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out though. They might have been better off teleporting them with the big mech into the into the belly. Although I don't know how much damage that would have done though. We have a defora of ranged units, and yeah, that's yeah, those Nob squads can only disrupt so much though. So unfortunately, we've seen the bottom right team beaten back again, and the top left team seems to be relatively content with just sitting there, except for the leftmost Space Marine player squad. So they Space Marine player, I meant. Sending out Hellfire Dreadnought, regular Space Marine squad with a couple of heavy bolters, and Chaplain with Grey Knights as well, but they're only now just upgrading. So as you can see, Grey Knights have cast that Psycho Inquisition ability on this leftmost Space Marine player, although they don't seem to have done much damage, unfortunately. Though, if they're not careful though, they'll walk straight back into that Psychic Inquisition field of effect, because as you can see, it lingers for a bit. And at the same time, we don't really have too much happening with Imperial Guard. They're just starting to bombard the tower player, which is on the right. And there we go, got a nice little orbital bombardment going on in the background. Ah, damn it, looks like I missed it. Oh well. Yeah, unfortunately it didn't do too much damage today, although it did force the leftmost Space Marine player down to backtrack a little bit, but it's not going to hold them back for long. So yeah, they're coming back for the kill. All we have at the moment are Terminators, and that's it actually. We got word of the Emperor being researched, and we have the Librarian there as well, but I don't think they'll be able to make too much damage there. As for the leftmost Space Marine player, we'll just see what's happening. They're going for tier 3, and not much else. So they actually got quite a few resources there that could be perhaps used to to spend on troops and vehicles to attack this bottom Space Marine player, who's proving to be a bit of a challenge, to say the least. And here we go, got Barracuda coming in that to do a bit of damage as well. Hellfire Dreadnought is still alive though, and it looks like the Barracuda has been disabled as well, so he'll go down in short order. Tower player is retreating as well. We've got another Warbanner being built in the Orcs player's base. And what do you know, we got tier 4 being researched by this bottom Space Marine player, although I don't know how much difference it'll be able to make. Heavy armor deployment, as you can see. Actually, does it upgrade the armor? No, apparently it doesn't upgrade the armor of vehicles. So what it did at some point, maybe it did at the beginning of Dawn of War Soulstorm, apparently not in the latest patch. So yeah, it allows for production of a Land Raider with the addition of a relic, and also allows Predators to have las cannons mounted, which allows them to be pretty good against vehicles. But the problem is this Space Marine player, as you can see, does not have any Predators out, so a bit of a useless upgrade to have when you're being destroyed and you don't even have any Predators out. What they do, or rather what they are getting out though, is a regular Terminator squad, and not much else, so we might just see them getting destroyed actually. And there we go, Force Commander's just gone down for the bottom Space Marine player. We've got thingies, got Imperial Guard providing support, and that's interesting. All this time the bottom left critical location has actually been uncapped. I was wondering what was happening there, so that might have actually been unintentional, or... Actually yeah, it would have to be intentional, because the top left team has had loads and loads of time to capture that bottom left critical location. So it looks like they're more interested in just prolonging the conflict, and yeah, so destroying the base for the bottom right team. So it'll give us a bit more of a a longer and hopefully a more interesting game as well. So unfortunately, though, it might not actually. So we're seeing a bit of a graphical glitch there. The Orc player has actually left the game, and interestingly, the game still has, or rather, this replay still has a few more minutes to go. So we might see a bit of a desperate defense being mounted by the Spaceman player and by the Tau player. Or who knows, maybe the Tau player has something up their sleeves, but I doubt it by the looks of it. We do have some of their elite units dropping in to say hi, but yeah, as you can see, they'll get destroyed in pretty short order. One of them even dying in mid-air, actually, as you can see. So that's how badly beaten they were. They actually died in mid-air. And I think someone else's exit. Oh, actually, yeah, I think. That's for sure. It says someone's going to be kicked out of the game, but might have actually been the player who decided to quit. I'm not so sure. We got some pretty heavy bombardments happening by Imperial Guard, as you can see. So for some reason they've decided to stop their bombardments, I'm not so sure. Especially given their shells are effectively free. But yeah, what can you do? So hopefully we'll see one final battle between Tau and these three top left players. So we've got a Mars pattern commands being built by the Imperial Guard, so we might actually be seeing their Baneblade being built as well.
Even in death, I still
And there you go. So looks like they might just be waiting for the bottom Space Marine player's base to get completely destroyed before they move in for the kill. Although I don't really think they really need to do that. But yeah, I'll also make sure you're thorough if you're going to be destroying everyone's base instead of just capturing the bottom left critical and winning from that. So we've got regular units being made by all players thus far. Imperial Guard players pretty content just to sit back and do nothing, although we finally have a Baneblade coming out. And I'm surprised that Imperial Guard are just not blindly shelling into the Tau base. They'd be able to do quite a bit of damage. And what do you know? The Space Marine player at the bottom actually has built a building somewhere here. I can't quite see where, because yeah, as you can see, he's got a Predator. Oh, of course, the machine cult. I can't believe I missed that. So yeah, it looks like they built a machine cult, and I don't think they have any of their own builders. So yeah, it looks like they're only going to be limited to this Predator, which is actually decked out in las cannons. So what do you know? That tier 4 upgrade might just come in handy for stalling the Baneblade, I suppose. Because that's pretty much all we'll be able to do. And there you go, the Baneblade has just come out as well, and it looks like we've got some Tempests being made as well. And there we go. So finally, whoops, see if we can get a good view there. We finally got battle being joined by the Tau and by the Space Marine players. And we're seeing a nice ability going on. And what do you know? We're actually seeing the Greater Narlock, the super unit for Tau being built. So yeah, I might just see a bit of a nice little final battle occurring after all. So I was kind of afraid that we would see all the players quitting pretty early, but what do you know, the bottom right team will decide to stick it out a bit at the very least to give us a nice climactic battle. So yeah, we've just got absolute mayhem happening at the moment. For some reason the Imperial Guard are deciding to keep their Ogrins behind. Not really a good move, since they're really meant to be melee oriented, and although they do have some pretty big guns, but the problem is that their guns are pretty inaccurate, so the damage that they do is pretty inconsistent, to say the least. Unfortunately, as you can see, the Predator is not doing too much damage and just got destroyed, though we have another bombardment ability being cast, or being used, should I say, by the Skyrim missile gunship. But unfortunately, yeah, the Tau player and the Space Marine player are slowly getting pushed back. In fact, I think it's only the it's only the Tau who are defending at the moment. So they've created a pretty nice kill zone though with their Skyrim missile gunships and Hammerhead gunships. Although I don't think it'll be enough though. Though if they can manage to destroy the Baneblade, they might at the very least be able to buy themselves more time. But yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to happen though. So we'll just there we go. Nice little view there. So we might just be able to see. Baneblade is not going to go down by the looks of it. And yeah, certainly not going to go down now because a Tech Priest is repairing it, and the Hammerhead has actually been disabled, so the destroyed in pretty short order actually. And there goes the Space Marine player's machine cult, and yeah, as you can see that was the last building as well. So now it's just down to the tower to somehow hold off 3 players, which I doubt is going to happen. But at the very least he'll go out with a bang, so he's a pretty good sword. As you can see his, I think that was a Hammerhead, yeah, his Hammerhead got destroyed. He's down to a single Hammerhead gunship and his tower commander who's going to get destroyed in pretty short order, and also his Fire Warrior bodyguard as well. So apparently the ethereal for the tower commander is still somewhere there because he cast that ability. And as you can see, it's very slowly knocking units back up. Pretty funny to watch. There you go, not such a bad game. We saw some bit of back and forth action. I'd say the biggest problem for the bottom right team was certainly being unable to break the defense of the top left player, and also the bottom Space Marine player getting caught out in a bit of a counter attack by both Imperial Guard players here and the Space Marine player here in a bit of a pincer movement around here. So that that just decimated their force, and they just weren't able to recover as a result. And there goes the Hammerhead gunship. We've got another Hammerhead gunship being built for the tower. I would obviously doubt that it's going to make too much difference, especially given the amount of regular Lemunrus tanks we have on the field. And interestingly, I can't see the Baneblade anywhere, so I don't know if maybe it was retreated or not. It's kind of hard to tell. It might have been destroyed without me realising. And there you go, we've got a second Hammerhead gunship being made, and I'm sure it'll do a fine job stalling the advance for a couple of minutes or a couple of seconds anyway. Although, yeah, it looks like the game's about to end, which means we'll probably have tower player perhaps quitting ahead of time. Just had heard a siren outside, I don't know if that was that. So there you go, not much more to say about what's happening here. Tower player's about to die though, if he's lucky. Yep, he managed to get off one more gunship before, I don't know, before his vehicle beacon gets destroyed entirely, although it looks like he's at the very least got the Imperial Guard to refocus on him, although that was only very briefly, and he's just been destroyed as well, so there you go. Just have a look at this nice little missile trail. It's pretty nice little effect to see in 3D actually. There you go. Top left team is victorious, as you can see. So yeah, as I said before, the biggest problem was trying to crack the defenses of the top left player. That was the biggest problem for the bottom right player, and getting the just about the entire Space Marine force caught out in this area here before. So basically started on a bit of a downhill slide for them, and apart from that, both teams played pretty well. So yeah, I'll be hopefully be uploading this game a bit later on tonight. So until that happens, this has been Damien Dudovich signing off.